Haley in right field, batting 7th. Donovan Walnut, shortstop, batting 8th. And Braden Bishop is in left field against the Angels righty Jaime Barría. Barría overall spending 3 years, 44 starts. Mark Gubiza, as you welcome Barría into your screen, how about you give us his go-tos?
My go-tos for Jaime Barría to not only have a successful game here today, but the entire season long is really got to be committed and command that fastball on that arm side part of the plate. He's able to do that run into righties, the upper part of the strike zone, and then finish with that downward slider tilt. Very good career batting average against him as far as the slider, under 200 last year. But his slider, when he's on top of that, and that late break to it, very important for Barría.
Barría behind him. We'll have the Angels hopefully shining with the gloves, and here's what he'll face. He'll have Taylor Ward is making a start behind the plate. Gooby, keep your eye on that. With Pujols, Fletcher, Iglesias, Rengifo around the infield. Upton, Trout, and Fowler in the outfield. But Taylor Ward, what an interesting development here in camp.
I really like what I'm seeing with Taylor Ward. Catcher at a Fresno State first-round draft pick for Taylor Ward. Always been pretty good behind the plate, good throwing arm as well. It's that versatility we talk about a lot with him. Can play the outfield, can play the infield, and get back to his natural position, the catching position.
Well, the Angels did the experiment with Taylor Ward a couple of years ago at third base. That did not work out. Eventually went to the outfield, but he is, and mostly inspired by Joe Madden, saying, hey, this guy's athletic. He's using that versatility because he can help you in so many ways. So we're all set here with Barría against the youngster Logan Gilbert for the Seattle Mariners. And the leadoff hitter, Sam Haggerty, makes his way to the batter's box and quickly swings and elevates the left side near the line. Rengifo going back. Left fielder Upton will catch it for out number 1.
Well, is there any better feeling ever on the mound to get those quick one-pitch outs? Best feeling. Being aggressive, throwing strikes, and the hitters in that on-deck circle, even in the dugout, will see, hey, this guy's around the plate. Barría has been throwing a lot more strikes, 3-to-1 ratio as far as strikeout to walk last season for Barría.
Barría, 24 years old, out of Panama. Last season for the Angels, he threw in 7 games, 5 starts, 1-0 record, 3.62 ERA. And you mentioned it, Gooby, it's the fact that he found that slider against righties.
And that's the commitment to be more successful against right-handed batters. And it's surprising the numbers he had against him in his career as far as righties, but now making that adjustment.
It's a good fastball, strike 1 for the batter, Luis Torrens. He's played in 1 game so far for the Mariners, 0 for 1, right-handed batter. Goes off speed, pulled hard in over there near the fans around that berm. And that changeup, we know he always had a good one. And that's why his splits were so good against lefties.
And that's still a good pitch, a changeup in. It's tough as a hitter to keep that one fair. You're going to be out in front. Even though he hit it hard, it's tough to keep that in fair territory. So it's a good one to commit to throw a changeup to a right-handed batter as a right-handed pitcher.
Ward sets outside. Here's a breaking ball and just missing with it. Home plate umpire Ted Barrett around the diamond for the umpires Alfonso Marquez. Lance Barrett and Nick Marley are the men commanding with Ted Barrett, the all-season veteran behind home plate, 24-year veteran. Missing outside again with that fastball. So Barría, one pitch that he wanted to incorporate more. And it was big for him coming through the minors, and when he won 10 games for the Angels back in 2018, it's that two-seamer, which plays well for him.
Yeah, that's a pitch you can run inside the right-handed batters more consistently and run down and away against lefties.
2-2 grounder left side, out to Rengifo. Throw the cross and quickly 2 down. A nice mix of pitches so far for Barría. He's spotted the fastball well and spun the breaking ball. And that'll bring up Kyle Lewis. What a sensational season for this young player for the Seattle Mariners last year.
Boy, what a talent out in the outfield as well. Great power. Going back to Barría, it's good to see him getting those ground balls. When he runs into problems, it's that home run ball he's given up. He's given up 30 career home runs versus right-handed batters, 44 total in his major league career. So keeping the ball in the ballpark has been an issue. Getting those ground ball outs, not an issue at all right there for Barría.
He delivers quickly, strike 1. A little wrinkle on that breaking ball right there, a little faster.
When you look at the strikeouts he had per pitch, 19 of his strikeouts on his slider, 6 with his fastball, 2 with the changeup.
Here's the 0-1. Fastball runs on inside. That's a good pitch.
It's a good arm side fastball, Jose. He has to be able to be successful against right-handed batters. It opens up that outer part of the plate.
Kyle Lewis, short, compact swing. You see him choking up with his bats, but does not diminish his power. Fastball up, and there's a swing. He went around.
He does have a chase in his game. That's the time now for Barría to try to get him a chase a slider out of the strike zone.
This kid came into his own as a player, and Jerry DiPoto could not rave any more about what he anticipated as the Seattle Mariners general manager last season in his conversations with him about Kyle Lewis. And he says, besides the fact that he's a great athlete, comes from a small school, but boy, what a pleasant young man, and nobody deserved that award more than him.
Yeah, having that smile he had when he received it and heard that he won that award, Rookie of the Year. He made some of the most unbelievable plays in center field, and Seattle remembers a center fielder making great plays, and Ken Griffey Jr.
He's out of Mercer University in Macon, Georgia. Grounded, shortstop. Sweet fielding. Iglesias throws across, and the Mariners go 1-2-3 up against Barría here in the first. Here come the Halos. Angels fans having a chance to come to the opener.
20% capacity at the Big A on opening day. That's going to be a lot of fun to see the fans there. I know the players are going to love it, whether you're an opponent or the home team.
Yes, they are loving it. Ty France is the batter. Check swing on the 1-0. And fell hard to the right side over near where the coaches hit outside, and the bat boys, ball boys, well protected. It'll be France, Marmolejos, and Raleigh here for the Mariners. Mariners, interesting scenario here. They are at 1 win, 1 loss. They have tied 4 consecutive games coming into this one. Off speed, good pitch off the end of the bat by Jaime Barría.
Yeah, with these shortened games, whether 5, 6, or 7 innings, you're going to see a number of teams with some ties. And also, if the pitcher's struggling with a lot of pitches, they can just pull the team off the field at that point. So maybe big numbers not normally you would see in an inning or taken away.
Joe Madden facing the other dugout, Scott Service, one-time part of the Angels player development department. France hits it hard and deep. This one's going to carry all the way out. It's a home run. Ty France playing his 5th game, came in 5 for 9, and that was a no-doubt shot straight to center field.
Elevated fastball, able to get his arms extended. He's showing that pretty good power. That baseball went a long, long way left center. In this location, them doing one of that when Ward wanted it one down and away. You see his reaction to catcher. And France missed that one at all. Ward wants that fastball away and unable to make the play.
Here's Carino. Gonna have a catch.
Come on, Carino.
Over in center field with the camera. Here's a hard hit ball by Marmolejos. Foul ball by Barría with the off speed again. Ty France, part of that trade coming from. There she is. Got a glove. Yeah, there you go. She's a lefty too. Yeah. She's got that glove on the right side. Marmolejos, 4 for 7. He's had a nice spring to begin with, and for Jaime Barría, watching the Mariners here take the lead on the leadoff home run here in the 2nd inning by Ty France. Barría made 11 pitches in that 1st inning. He comes again with an off-speed, nice breaking pitch there. So, Mark, let's keep an eye on where Taylor Ward is locating, where he is being placed right now and behind the home plate.
I like what he did on that break ball. Real comfortable there. He knew he was going to have that late break to it. Was in position to be able to catch that one off the swing and a miss.
Grounded to the right side. There's Fletch taking care of it. He goes to Pujols. There's one out. We talk about that slider and off speeds that he's thrown. Let's take a look at Ruby a little closer and what you got on him.
When he stays on top of that slider, it is devastating. It's going to be around 84 to 87 miles an hour, keeping that front shoulder, and he can throw both sides of the plate so well. It's a 182 batting average versus his slider last year. That was a perfect one going down away against a right-handed batter, but he could backdoor it also against the left. It's all about the feel. And the big thing I love about it, Jose, he can change speeds with that 83 to 87 with a slider.
got a great feel for that pitch, which he learned back in Panama. Obviously, growing up in Panama, he knows about Angels' great Rod Carew. But he said the biggest influence pitching-wise for him has been Mariano Rivera.
Well, that's a pretty good one there.
Yeah. Unanimous
Yes.
Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Rowley's a batter. Cal, one of the top prospects in baseball in the Mariners organization. Left-handed batter. Off the end of the bat, there's, again, that sign that his arm speed is pretty good right now in that changeup.
Selling it, especially really good against left-handed batters. But I wouldn't shy away from using it at the righties as well. We saw him use that when a foul was pulled. It's all about getting some contact, soft contact with the changeup. Not always about a swing and miss with that pitch.
There's a Mariners team that went 27-33 last year, 9 games behind the division winners, Oakland A's. The Angels were 26-34, but the Mariners were in the chase for that second wild card there up until perhaps mid-September, even later.
And it was more of a transition year for him, too. A lot of young players getting an opportunity under Scott Service to be able to get a chance to be able to play at the major league level. And they really performed pretty well.
Left one upstairs, foul back. It's good to see the Seattle Mariners, they've had a plan in place. Really felt like they took a step in the right direction last year, surprising a lot of people under Scott Service. And now with the youth bunch they got coming up, they feel very comfortable about their future with the many, many trades that Jerry Dipoto has made, along with a combination with the draft.
A ton of trades. Yeah, but they're highly ranked as far as player development right now.
Pujols will retire the youngster rally for out number 2. And Angels fans, don't miss a minute of the action. Catch the Halos all season long on your home of the Angels, Fox Sports West, and on Angels Radio AM 830. And our great friend Terry Smith continues to do a fantastic job from Tempe on the radio side. You and Terry have a long history of going back many, many years in the Philly area.
Yeah, I went to high school with my brother at LaSalle High School back in Philadelphia.
Jake Fraley is a batter here, another left-handed batter for Jaime Barría. 1-0 Mariners. It all started with Ty France hitting a long home run to center field, leading off this inning.
I still go back to the reaction by Taylor Ward. He sent up a fastball once it down and away, and then you see him reacting as he's moving that glove towards that upper part of the plate where that sinker flattened out and stayed upper part of the strike zone, and wow, France crushed that one.
There's the 0-1 missing downstairs. But we are probably going a couple of innings today. Also scheduled to pitch for the Angels, Felix Pena, Jose Suarez, and Ty Buttrey. Again, 6 innings are scheduled to be played here today. 6 full innings. Here's a 1-1. Changeup ran away nicely. Look at Taylor Ward nodding his head there on that one.
I really like that arm action, and you're taking about 6-7 miles per hour off the fastball as compared to his changeup. As a hitter, you're reading, thinking fastball, way out in front, no contact.
Fraley 0 for 8 so far here in the spring. Left-handed batter, as you can see. Break them all. That's a good take right there. And for a guy like Taylor Ward behind home plate, Mark, he came in with the Angels pitchers and catchers early camp, even though he saw a lot of action last year out in the outfield. But it was a plan that was implemented early and placed in his mind by Joe Madden. Hey, be ready. Off-speed missing again.
Bottom line is you got an opportunity to play at the major league level if you could play a number of positions, especially that position where, Max Dassey's coming back from that hip surgery. You got Kurt Suzuki, Anthony Bemboom in the mix as well. But if you can play that position, and he's done it before in the collegiate level, and also play some other defensive position, whether it's the infield or outfield, you got a chance to stick around for a long time. You remember our old teammate Jamie Quirk?
Yes.
Was drafted by the Royals way back in the day as a shortstop, first-round pick. Played 15 seasons in the major leagues because he could do a nice job defensively at the catching position.
Stayed around a long time, became a very useful role player. And for Taylor Ward, this morning Joe Madden talked about that during the Zoom, talking about, hey, I would not even be afraid to play him in center field if needed.
Yeah.
And
he runs so well, good arm as well.
He mentioned too, around the infield, even first base, he can help us out. Strike three. Barría continues on with that off speed and finally got one to fall in as the Mariners take the lead 1-0.